Okay. What up, what up, what up? What it is Dirty Bird Thursdays. What up? I got the crew with me right here. I am the Falcons therapist, as you can see. Got it to my top right, my homeboy, the man of the hour, home team extraordinaire, Blackberry Lyrics. Say something for him, man.
I think you muted.
Oh, you got your mic. Your mic.
Yeah, he's muted.
All right, and we got to my left, Locked On Sports. What up, Lock?
What's up, bro? What's happening, man? Excited coming off that good Monday we just had, feeling good about it. Hey, it was lit. Met the fam, met the team. Everybody was there. Everybody was enjoying themselves. Missed a few people that wasn't there, but hey, they had shows they had to do. I understand, man. Let's get it.
And look, man, we had a good time. I mean, I was loving it. We got a chance to meet some legends. Got a chance to get some pictures. Yeah, we got a chance. For those of you that don't know, that haven't seen the pictures, we got a chance to meet, Atlanta's legend, the Hammer himself. Got a chance to talk with him. Got some good pictures, downfield. Met some great fans and everything. So, hey, look, we appreciate the love. Appreciate everybody, who knew us, coming out, supporting the Falcons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Getting a chance to check out AFN as well.
Right.
So, there he is.
There you go.
There he is. What up, Blackberry?
Speak on it, Rev.
Well, good, man. I think I'm having technical difficulties or something. I don't know what's going on, but home team.
Boy, you look. You already know Farmer Fran got a hold of your internet. That's all it was.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think I had no business pressing that go live button. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, before we get into it, man, we got 10 viewers. Before we get into it, let's get in here and do the roll call. We got Tell Sports and Gaming. What up, man? He said, "What's up, Falcons family? What's good, man?" We got Bubba Gump, as always. It's always good to see Bubba Gump, man. What's going on?
Consistent. I like it.
We got Toxic Falcon in there. What's good, man? We got Jamarius 58. Gilliam. He says, "Yo, what up, man? Ain't seen you in a minute. Glad to see you get on."
Right.
We got D. Coleman. What's going on? Bubblegum said, home team. We got ATL Leo. What up, fam? What's going on, man?
What's popping, bro?
Hey, listen. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. But with that being said, let's get into it. I'll get right into the topic tonight. Let's see. There we go. All right. First one right here. Well, let's get into this right here. It says Falcons release tight end Tucker Fisk, linebacker Rashad Smith, defensive back Trey Webb, and punter Seth Vernon. They also place cornerback Cornell Armstrong on the injured reserve list. Locke, I'm gonna have you go first, man. What's your thoughts on this?
Like I said, we got to get down to the 53-man roster, man. It's just what it is, and at the end of the day, who shows up, basically is you earn another week. You know what I'm saying? So they're pretty much taking the people that probably didn't show as much promise, and the ones that showed promise, but they still got a little bit more work. Like I could say, putting Cornell Armstrong on injury reserve, they basically saying that, hey, he still got potential. So if somebody goes down, he's the next man up. So I feel like because all these names that's really sticking out, I never heard them jumping off the screen or anything about them really that make me want like looking into them. Like if they off for a reason, you know. So that's how I feel about that.
What you got on this BlackBerry?
Yeah, it just look like routine cuts, and you know, that's what this part of the off season is. This what part of the train. We in that part of the training camp where this is gonna see a lot more of this over the next week and a half. So, yeah, Tucker Fish, we didn't hear none out of him from training camp. Rashad Smith, we might have heard his name once or twice. Nothing that really stood out. Trey Webb, never heard anything. Seth Vernon, never heard anything. Cornell Armstrong, I seen him, but nothing that stood out, nothing flashy. But the fact that they put him on injury reserve, like Locke said, maybe they hoping they can still see a little something out of him. Maybe later in the season. But I don't know. It's pretty routine cuts, man, and it's what you expect at this time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I mean, it's what they call trimming the fat. You got to get down. You got to start skimming down. But one thing I do want to say, and that we all can agree on, like Arthur Smith and Dean Pease, they're looking for availability and flexibility at the positions. You got to be ready to play, and you got to be ready to play multiple positions at any given moment. And if you're not doing those two things, there's no reason for you to be on the team.
All right.
And that is part of what we need to see, and that's part of the establishing the culture, because what that does, that then makes every player that comes in, whether it be free agency, whether it be the draft, to know, hey, these two things are a must for you to remain on this team. This is the end of the buddy system. You're gonna earn your keep every step of the way. You know. Right. And I mean, like, who's to say, a lot of times you see players go away and come back, but I believe in this environment, it's going to be a one and done. Like, look, if you're going to cut it, you can cut it. If not, because you're playing the days of playing games is over with. You ain't just going to warm up the bench just to be saying you a Falcon and that's it.
Right.
So. Yeah, that was kind of like,
routine.
Go ahead. What you say, Blackberry?
No, yeah, like you're saying, it's routine, It's that time of the season, like it's gonna be names that's gonna be getting cut and released that you haven't heard of yet, you never heard of before, or you didn't see much of or out of. It's a lot of sample size between training camp and the one preseason game we've had, and those guys have not stood out.
Right.
So,
and taking into account too, Blackberry, you got to think of the depth chart. During the offseason, they was really building depth in some of these positions. That's the issue that we had last season. So you got to think, if you're not making a splash and you down at the bottom of the depth chart, you pretty much got an idea of what's going to happen anyway.
Facts.
So, they trying to get the best of the best.
Definitely.
But all right, let's see. Let's go to this one right. Huh?
I just thought about something. I don't know, man. Maybe y'all remember Andy Dick? The comedian.
yeah, little skinny white dude with the glasses.
Yeah. Remember that little TV show he had, that little comedy show? He was doing like a reality show contest with some people on it, and he'll just pop in on me in the wee hours of the night and be like, "Somebody's gonna get cut, my little sweet bitches."
Oh, no. Them shook that whole show.
Maybe I'm the only one remember that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look,
don't get cut, my little sweet bitches.
I have never seen so many uncomfortable people on that show. They stayed uptight because they ain't know when he was coming.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
It was a disaster, man. That show was a disaster, man. But it was. He is hilarious. He's funny.
Lord, what did I walk in?
There we go.
Hello, Michael.
Look. We have the man himself. Look at him.
What's up, man?
He riding in the darkness evening. Darkness, everybody. We got
darkness is spreading. Oh,
it's ham time.
Yeah, right. Ham time. How everybody doing today, man?
What going on, man? Hey, let's before we get to the next topic, man, let's get your take on this too, man.
What we got?
We got Falcons doing a first set of cuts and everything, and one of the cats going in injury reserve list.
Look at the positions that they cut people from. You got enough tight ends. You already know it's Kyle Pitts and everybody else. So you got that. Linebackers is a lot of them. So you can't keep everybody.
Right.
Defensive backs, you got a lot of them. You can't keep everybody. But shit, you only need one punter. But who knows what the hell could happen to a punter? You never know.
Right.
Look at Maggie talking about all I see are teeth. Leave me alone. Let me be great. All you see are teeth. But yeah, man, they just they just trying to bring in everybody with the big I think with the biggest needs. Because of course you need defense. Tight end, I don't really see why the hell you got so many damn tight ends in the first place. Kyle Pitts and everybody else.
That's his new group name, the new band he got. Kyle Pitts and everybody else. I call him David Ruffin, man.
It's Kyle Pitts and tight end.
You want my spot flash?
He walking over there talking, ain't nobody coming to see you, Franks.
Right.
Well,
Felipe
gonna be there. So we already know he Felipe there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's see. All right. Let's see. We got any things in the comments here. Oh, let's give it up. Shout out to our boy. What up? Big Ant. What up?
What it is, man.
The resident nose tackle here. Right. Let me see. Let's get this comment right here about William Amy. He was like, Jones making his debut versus the Saints. I could see it. You know what? I want to talk about this right quick before we hit the next topic too, because you guys saw the excerpt about Deon. Deon was on the field, just kind of like hobbling around, looking and everything like that. But they were glad to see he was on the field.
Yeah.
To me, that shows a testament to his character and everything. But as we all know, when you got the love for the game like that, it kind of is one of those things where it kind of eats you up a little bit that you can't be on the field doing what you want to do at this point in time. Let me get you guys' take on that right quick.
Who was on first?
Go ahead, big guy.
I mean, hey, he can't do nothing else. Can't do shit. He might well walk his ass around and smile. Shit. He on the front list. So hey, but I really think like William said, I think he probably gonna come back against the Saints. Y'all know when Debo played against the Saints, he balled out. That's what balls out. So I would be surprised, man.
What'd you think, Blackberry?
Well, like Night Rider said, ain't shit else he can do. You still want him to be a part of. You still want him to be a part of the team.
Yeah.
It's a fickle thing because let's say he does debut against the Saints. He hasn't had any time to play with the defense as it's going to be structured. He'll be, in a sense, he'll be the new guy on that side of the ball. Considering how many new faces you have that he has to play with around him. those guys done had time to gel together. Those guys done had time to learn, calls on the field. They're used to hearing a voice right now.
Mm-hmm.
And now Deon Jones comes in and debuts against the Saints, and he's the voice now.
Yeah.
Right. So it could take some getting accustomed to for the rest of the players as well as himself. Now, it don't take long, in my opinion, because of, his experience and some of the other guys' experience on the team. Mm-hmm. It's something that it could take a half of a game. It could take a whole game. It could take a couple games. Mm. But because of his experience and some other guys' experience, like Rashawn Evans, like some of the guys in the safety core, like Eric Harris, or like Grady Jarrett, it might not take long. But I don't want people to think just because he might debut against the Saints, don't think that if we go into that game and we're not perfect out the gate and we give up early points or something of that nature, we give up 2 touchdowns in the first quarter or the first 2 quarters, and he's debuted. Don't get all, we should have figured out something to do with Deon Jones. See, he came in and ruined everything. No, he ain't played with nobody.
Right.
He ain't practiced with nobody yet.
Right. He wasn't with him shooting in the gym, basically.
Yeah. He's still got he's a great player, but with any great player on a team, you got to have that chemistry, because you have a bunch of great players. If they don't got chemistry, they like a bunch of marbles bouncing off each other.
Right. See the dream team from the Eagles, if you need an example.
What you got, Locke?
I mean, to be honest with you, man, Blackberry pretty much said it all, man. It's basically he has to come in and find his cohesiveness to gel with all the rest of the personalities that's already gelling with each other right now. Mm-hmm. And then who knows how they're feeling about him as well. You know what I'm saying? They might feel like, oh, I know he's coming in to take my spot, but it's just like everybody on there. You got to earn my spot, my guy. Yeah. And, he's not 100%. You know what I'm saying? So don't expect him to go out there just go ahead and knocking heads off. With his shoulder or nothing like that, especially after coming off surgery and stuff. So he's going to be it's probably still a tender, or he might be self-conscious because it's a mental game before anything. So you got to see what's Deon Jones we going to have, you know what I'm saying, when he started playing.
Right.
So, like I said, basically just to piggyback off what Blackberry said, man, that's it.
Yeah, that's good. Now, and that kind of segues into what we want this next topic right here, because I want to speak on something. That right there, the Falcons signed wide receiver Keyshawn Johnson, not that Keyshawn Johnson.
Hell no.
Oh, no.
Wide receiver Tyshawn James waived defensive linebacker Bryce Rogers via an injury settlement. This is interesting in itself, because what do we always say? And what have I been saying, especially when it comes to like players on defense? You never know what the Falcons are going to do, but expect Dean Pease and Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot to have something up their sleeve, because they are constantly watching other teams around the league, situations. They're constantly assessing their roster to see who is going to be the best fit for this 53-man. And they're constantly, the theme of this year is building depth. And that's been the theme in the off season as well as, around training camp. Yeah. So I want to get you guys' take on, first of all, the Falcons wide receiver. And
first of all, I'm going to say, who the hell is Keyshawn Johnson anyway?
Wait a minute.
Not that Keyshawn. You know what Keyshawn is.
Right.
You know that Keyshawn. That is K-E-S-H.
It's from what I understand, he's a yards after catch type wide receiver.
Yo, he's a yak guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a yak guy. He's not he's not going to be what you call a mainstay. He's going to be one of them guys where you're going to be able to
top pretty much.
You're having have him go across, have him in the slide, have him go across the middle, stuff like that. He's not going to be like that mainstay guy, but he has an ability to get yards after catch, which is something that is an added addition to what we have on the roster as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I know I got to do more. I'm gonna do more research on him so I can get the complete, because I know the information just came out.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to the Cardinals at all, so
Right.
I mean, go ahead. You want to go?
No, I was gonna say what about Blackberry? What you got on that, man?
I don't know much about Keyshawn Johnson. I don't really have an opinion on him. Y'all say he good at run after the catch. Like Noah said, you gotta catch it first.
Yeah,
right.
There. You gotta catch it
first. But as far as cutting the wide receiver Tyshawn James, I think that might say a little something about how well other receivers are performing in training camp, because he didn't have a very good preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have a really good showing.
Mm-hmm.
But coach did say when we were going over the roster that Tyshawn James had beast capabilities.
Ooh.
So it shows that if that guy's getting cut, then the battle in the wide receiver core is a little more fierce than we expected.
Right.
So that means there's some guys coming to life out there, and the competition is thick on look like at every position right now.
Oh yeah. I know one thing, but Geronimo Allison better tighten up, but he gonna be the next one on the chopping block.
I can see that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's not really a big name, but he was a number 3 in Green Bay. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's like when one say pick your poison, it's just like pick your poison when it comes to these packages they putting together on offense. Because if you're not a versatile person that can play different positions, slot, outside, inside, whatever, like even block, it's just showing. It's just a testament. Even when coach saying dude can be a beast, but you got other people that's it's like a culture change, pretty much like we mentioned. Like, hey, you ain't finna just come out here and just get a check because you wearing the colors. You finna earn your spot, and other people are showing up more than him. It's just what happens. But Keyshawn, from what I looked at, he's like Noah. He does have some shifty little hands, though. Sometimes he'll catch and sometimes he don't. So he's probably like a person that I feel like when we need a short yard pass and he can get the yards to get us that first down, he's like a third down option to me. I think he'll be a good third down option. And like a slot, like how Brian Finneran was, he reminds me like a Brian Finneran. Like when nobody expecting Brian Finneran to go wall, he'll just catch a ball and then take it outside and he'll get us that extra. He's like a possession receiver. So I mean, go ahead.
So do you think that's one of them things where they'll use him when they got somebody like Kyle Pitts or even CP
decoy.
using them as a decoy, and so he
Definitely.
he can go across the middle, get them short yardages when we need them.
Yeah, little screen, boom, give him some blockers in front of him, let him do his little thing, get the yards we need.
Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah,
he can catch in between. He can catch in the middle of the field too. They compared him sometimes to his catching ability to D-hop, so that's a good compliment to him.
Well, he learned from him.
So I mean, he's a good. Like I said, he just got to work on his hands. Which you're a receiver. The first thing you got to learn is how to catch the ball and run the route. Right. The first thing is catching the ball.
Yeah.
So maybe after this last preseason game we had, maybe he come in and get some little time in the next preseason, and he won't be fumbling the ball like the rest of them was when they was hitting their hands and they weren't catching. So
what the main thing is when you a wide receiver, tight end, more so than a running back, when you're catching, especially when you're in traffic, you got to focus on where the ball is in space and to catch it, and going through the proper mechanics to catch it and then worry about your defender. Yeah. Because if you more focused on the defender, 9 times out of 10, that defender is focused on the ball. And if you're focused on the defender, you're not going to zero in on trying to bring the ball in properly, and that defender can disrupt you. That's how you get a lot of pop-ups, and that's how we were missing a lot of those catches, because a lot of times if you're looking at the body mechanics of what they were doing, they were more concerned about who was around them versus let me get the ball. Because especially when you got the ball right here in your hands and it's going through, you're pretty much looking at who's about to hit you.
You're hearing footsteps. You're hearing footsteps pretty much.
Yeah. You know, so and then that translates to, like, you know, the lineman. You can't have your head down. You got to have your head up. You can't block with your head down.
Right.
So, you know, that's very important. And, you know, basically, like, you know, Bryce Rogers being waived on, you know, injury settlement. It's like and Arthur Smith said it a while back. You got to be ready to play, and you got to be available. And if you injured, you ain't available.
And what they always say, the best availability. What's the best ability?
Is availability. Right. Right. Let's check before we get off the topic. Let's check some of the comments in here.
Yeah, do your thing.
Let's see.
Another thing about Keyshawn too. You know, he was drafted by the Bucks. He was number 19.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He came. Well, he went to college. He went to I just pulled it up. I pulled it up.
Fresno? Was it
Fresno State? Yeah.
Fresno? Yeah.
So basically, he played with So he must have played with Derek Carr.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let me ask the panel a question. I'm seeing this a lot. A lot of people want to see Cordarrelle Patterson at wide receiver. Okay. Before I give my take, I want to ask y'all, do you think Cordarrelle Patterson benefits this offense better as a running back or as a wide receiver?
Ooh.
Let me take that, because I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up, Blackberry.
Yeah, I'm good. What?
I would say I'm gonna say 60-40. Because it was a conversation, and it went like this. They were saying that some of these cuts, and I think Mad Mike and them spoke about this last night in the heavy hitters. Some of these cuts could facilitate being able to move Cordarrelle Patterson to the wide receiver position to allow the running back room to stay where it's at, so we don't have to cut any depth off the running back room. Now, with that being the 40%, the reason why I say I'm 60% is that Saints game. When he caught it down the sideline and you know, did his thing.
Yeah, he basically iced that. Yeah.
Because he's already known as that dude. They already know him as that dude. He already got that respect. He already got that fear. They was like, this is the cat you got to watch out for. And to that, you also his body takes less punishment. Yep. Because remember, when he was doing running back, he was getting hit far more than he would be if he was at wide receiver. And you got to think about it. With him catching, it's hard to stop him. So he would kind of like be a wide receiver version of kind of like Gronk, if you can put it in that sense, where he's catching the ball in the end zone, in red zone, he running people over for the touchdown. Instead of him taking all of them hits, getting past the line of scrimmage, trying to get out into the backfield. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll say 60-40, in my opinion.
I got a simple answer to that. BOFFUM. Both of them. Both of them.
So you 50-50.
Yeah, both of them. Both of them. Which one you want, radio? Both, coach.
He's listed as a wide receiver, though. He's always been listed as a receiver. He can catch. Well,
Yeah.
you can throw him back there as a running back. Shit, same thing. It's basically the same thing. It's Debo Samuel, the NFC South. Same shit.
Yeah.
Same thing. You can line him
It's
up
all about
anywhere.
space.
Yeah.
Technically, it's all about space.
Oh yeah.
On the team.
You can line him up anywhere. He gonna do damage.
What you got, Locke?
Want me to go? Okay, all right. Oh man. I mean, as a running back, he's a receiving running back. That's how I look at it too. A receiving running back. I honestly think it's just based off your package that you running, which offensive package that you running, and what, like, if you use him as a decoy, as a run option, and then go out and block, and then he just share the block and then go off into the flats and then throw it to him, So really, I think he would really benefit us as honestly a running back to me. He, like I said, he reminds me of a better version of Ty Montgomery from Green Bay. Ty Montgomery, he didn't move up to receiving until they pretty much old boy. He was like a bust. What's that? He got fat. What's his name in Green Bay? He got fat.
Man. I know you talking about. I can never remember his name.
Yeah, because he got fat. He was projected to do so much, but he got kind of big and he wasn't doing nothing. And Ty Montgomery came out and started showing his anus. So like, I'm just saying, he did, bro. He did. So Ty Montgomery started showing his anus. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Cordarrelle, I think, bro, he breathed life into that offense. Him and Pitts, they breathed life into that offense, and he did it with his running. Because we used him so much that he got hurt, but it's the fact that I think he's just comfortable running downfield because he did, kick returns and punt returns, so he's used to running and having vision. So I honestly think he'll be good as a running back, and then you can use him as a receiving running back. He's a dual threat, so they call him a Swiss Army knife for a reason. So he brought that energy and he bringing that culture together. So I feel like, honestly, just using him as a running back and then use him as another like a fourth option, receiver or whatever the case may be, because he can come out the backfield and shed a block or something like that, and you'll have another weapon that you can even go underneath. And he's another yak guy too. So, and he's a big guy too. So.
And that's and Noah Tyndall. Shout out to Noah Tyndall, the professor. He said too. He said he's best as a mystery, which, you, like I said, you just said. A lot of people in here were saying, Jamaris. He said he like him at running back. Yeah. And I mean, honestly, it could go either way. I mean, because, like you said, he's that dude where you do not know where he's going to be and what position he's playing when he's on the field. Mm-hmm. You got to be. It makes defenses honest because they got to pay attention to him.
I figured his name. Hold on. Eddie Lacy.
Go ahead, man.
Eddie Lacy. That's when Eddie Lacy got fat.
Yeah, Eddie Lacy.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it makes the flexibility more dangerous. But I believe Blackberry's question was good, because reason why I say space, they're now trying to figure out how they're gonna line the chess pieces up, and they don't want to lose depth at certain positions. So they're gonna be like, well, we're gonna put you as this position, I would say, most of the time. Now, say one of the running backs happen to go down, then he can always switch back over.
Put him in the slot. But
I believe it's more or less roster based than ability based, because it's like, okay, we know what you can do, we know how versatile you are, but in order to keep all of these guys over here who we think really can make a difference, we got to move you over here. And what you'll see is, pay attention to the next cuts. That will determine, based on who they cut and what position, that will determine where Cordarrelle Patterson is going to be placed.
Right.
But I believe they want to try to leave him as that zero man. They don't really want to stick a specific title to him, because then that's when other teams will try to game plan for him in just that position.
Right.
And based off of what you just said, that segues into my take. Thank you very much, Warren.
I got you, man. I got you.
That cohesiveness.
I'm gonna tell y'all why you list him at running back. Tell you why. Think about the roster positioning that Arthur Smith didn't want to be able to do. He can always move into a slot receiver or a wide receiver, depending on the package of the formation.
Mm-hmm.
Think about some coach pointed out on to a Sunday. They showed a reverse wing, a reverse
wishbone.
a reverse
Rose wishbone.
Wishbone.
Mm-hmm.
He's perfect for that kind of situation because, like Coach said, it was show and run, but they passed it.
Right. Unpredictability.
It's all about roster positioning. Right. You look at the receivers that they have right now. Drake London, Brian Edwards, Alden Tate, OZ.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank Darby could be that fifth receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Geronimo Allison, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Depends.
If he tightens up, he got some tightening up to do.
So he going back to
He
Steve
could be that fifth receiver. In this offense, you might not need more than 5 guys listed at wide receiver because you have a Cordarrelle Patterson as your running back, who can also go out and play wide out, depending on the package. If you got Cordarrelle Patterson in the backfield who can both run and can go out for passes,
right?
You take attention, the defense. The defense attention has to be in the backfield. If their attention is in the backfield and they're playing that, they're playing for what goes on in the backfield. Let's say they move more people up in the box.
I was thinking
let's say, right. Or let's say they just bring it in tight to make sure they can't get beat up the gut because he can run it up the gut. Whichever one it is, you got so many weapons here in these directions. And then also at the tight end position. So if attention is too focused on the backfield with Cordarrelle Patterson in the backfield, there's a lot of opportunity in the passing game for receivers and tight ends.
Right.
And then there's situations where if you do draw up a play for him where he is a receiver in that package and he's lined out wide or he's lined in the slot, lined up in the slot, you got Algier, you got Allison, guys who can also beat you up the gut.
Right.
And Algier, in my opinion, I think Algier can also get in the passing game as well.
Yeah, I heard he can. Big time.
So if you list Cordarrelle Patterson at running back, you have a variety of more opportunities for what you want to do with your packages on offense. You list them at wide receiver, you don't limit yourself. But defenses can scheme a little bit easier knowing that he's going to be out wide, knowing he's going to line up at receiver most of the game. But if he's lining up at running back most of the game, there's a wider variety of things you can do.
Yeah.
So you're saying, like you said, pretty much putting him in wide receiver, putting him as a wide receiver kind of boxes him in as far as scheme. You know what I'm saying? I
don't want to say boxes him in because it kind of make it seem like I'm saying he's limited, which he's not, because he can still get in the running game.
Yeah.
But a lot of what you'll be doing with him would be with him, lined up as a receiver. But if he's lined up in the backfield, now there's a wider variety of things you can do.
And on that, let's take this. Let's see. D Coleman had a question. He said, "How much we use CP at running back should depend mostly on Edwards' production at wide receiver. if he can't be a solid outside threat, then CP should be used getting those reps at wide receiver number 2. Okay. True, but the thing you got to understand though is, like I said before, for CP personally, it ain't about performance based. It's more or less about team roster and scheme fit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to remember, we still deep at wide receiver. Although everybody ain't gonna make the cut, but we're still deep. And then you got to think they're trying to make room so that we don't give away. We don't have to put a person that's got potential on the practice squad unnecessarily. That can shine. See, they're looking for the players that's going to literally be like, okay, yeah, we like him right now. He's what we need on the field. Mm-hmm. But when you got too many in depth, then you got to make cuts. You don't want to make unnecessary cuts for good players that could possibly, really take off during the game. Okay. So they're going to make cuts in other areas down the depth chart where it's not going to really affect most of the starters or second string or whatever, enough to make enough room so that they can keep a lot of the depth that they need. Mm-hmm. Because, hey, they trying to be prepared for this 17-game season. And as you see already in preseason and these pre-games, people dropping like flies.
Yeah.
And one thing we not trying to do is get caught up like we was last year where we got, the Oompa Loompa committee. That ain't gonna work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? OZ lead the Oompa Loompa committee. That
that ain't
that's scary.
You look at it like this also, with the many different versatile pieces that we will have, like you said, the chess pieces. A lot of people can get like 2 downs. Like you get 1 down, 2 down, and you switch the package up, or somebody fresh. I say fresh legs come in. Like even if say Cordarrelle Patterson don't start as a wide out, but if you switch the package and have somebody that he's already fresh, he's coming off the sideline. I think a lot of people with the depth chart is going to be able to, the package and schemes and the different areas that we're going to have these people playing in. It's going to open up the playbook. Like you say, he's going to use 100% of the playbook. So when you have different people that you can put in, it's going to be hard for us to be determining what the identity or what play we're running based off all these multiple pieces that we can plug in.
And then Noah, and not to cut you off, Locke, but Noah makes a good point. This is leading into what you were saying too. He said if Edwards doesn't get that production, you can put in Tate instead. And that's the point, and that's the point we were trying to make. It's you want the most versatile players, but you want to be able to make lateral moves on the team to where you don't sacrifice depth for roster. You don't sacrifice the depth you got for, this man got to be here. Because like you said, once you start putting him in, once you start singling him on, this is just what he's going to do. Now you take the flexibility and unpredictability away from the offense. Mm-hmm. And then that makes it harder for Arthur Smith to scheme the way he wants to. That is the reason why last year Arthur had to be more vanilla, because he didn't have the guys on the roster or the depth chart in order to be that predictable.
Yeah.
Unpredictable, excuse me.
Yeah.
But let's go. Let's get into this next topic here, because I'm pretty sure. Let's see what we got. Player highlight. Alford is playing his way onto the 53-man roster. I'm gonna let Knight Rider take this one.
Hey, that boy showed his ass, boy. I was so impressed with Alford, man, especially when he made that clutch interception that first preseason game. He did his thing. And I'm gonna take this another thing too. I was paying attention. Matter of fact, Locke, you remember me, you and Coach were watching that game on Friday night.
Oh,
Coach,
yeah, for sure.
Alford, he could be a good ass cone in the league, because you gotta think, in the Canadian league, your wide receiver's starting out with a running start. So you got to be able to damn cover something. If your wide receiver start on running start. Now in the NFL, it ain't no running start. You just coming straight off. If you can cover receiver with a running start, you can cover some receivers here. Now, it's some receivers you might not be able to cover, but I guarantee you can cover at least 80% of them. Shut them down. D Alford gonna be. Hey, I think he's gonna be good. He gonna make that 53-man roster, dog. From what I've been seeing from him, I know it's only one game, but I'm high on him right now.
Right.
Yeah, he can do what he got. He can do what he do.
What you got, Blackberry?
Yeah, and the coaching staff, they're very high on him. Because of his come up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, went to Tuscaloosa University in Tennessee. Went to Canadian Football League, came down here, tried out, made training camp roster, and it was either Arthur Smith or Dean Pease, one of them. Said that everything he's done work-wise has been taken with a very serious attitude. He's been very business-minded about his business on making this team.
And that's
he's not playing. He's dialed in. He's focused. He ain't playing with nobody. He ain't out there to goof around. He ain't out there to make friends. He's out there to make a roster spot. He's out there to get paid first.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get paid. CFL all good, but you probably make enough of that in CFL you probably make enough of that in CFL to pay a light bill, a water bill, and put some food on the table. You
ain't got to worry about healthcare up there.
No. Well, you ain't got to worry about healthcare. Don't have to worry about that. But it's the CFL.
Yeah.
So.
And what I liked about it too is, and I was paying close attention to this, was the way in which he made that interception. Because the whole time he never took his eyes off the quarterback. He never took his eyes off the quarterback. And he was able to figure out where he was going to throw it. Now, I'm not sure if the quarterback was staring down a receiver at that moment, but you saw the way he kind of he hesitated, and then as soon as he did, he picked up on where the quarterback was going, and boom, he caught it right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like when he caught the ball and he went down, he was surprised that he had did it, and then he just got him, was like, yeah, let me get going. Because he had like a split second of hesitation. Like he caught the ball, slipped a little bit, got up, he caught it, oh shoot, let me get going. So I was like, that's the kind of players that we need. That's gonna be into the game, ready to go, paying attention to what's going on, and using them instincts and just doing what you got to do. And look, I'm gonna put it to you like this: he redeemed the last name Alford because we already know how the other one went.
Well, let's slow down now.
He was.
I mean, he was good. He was good. He just Alford. I didn't like, but he just committed too many penalties.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he was a trash player. I'm just saying he had those moments where it was like, bruh, why?
Yeah, he was handsy. He liked touchy-feely. Very touchy-feely. But let's not say D Alford done redeem that name.
Yeah. Name.
You got to get out there and you got to play now. Because say what you want about Robert Alford, but he did make a lot of plays. He got a Super Bowl interception on Tom Brady. So I mean, so D Alford, he's still got a lot to prove, but he's showing
promise.
He's showing a lot of promise.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of promise. They love his work ethic. They love it.
Yeah,
and that's gonna carry over. That's what you want, because that means when Arthur Smith puts you in the game, you're not in there joking around. You ready to do what you got to do.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say about that is I think he just seizing his opportunity that was given.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a Georgia boy too. He's from Griffin.
Okay, shout out.
Yeah, so also he reminds me of how Michael Walker be doing. Like they be jumping those routes, It's like they when you put him out there, it seemed like he reminded me of him in the game where he was any play that was happening, you seen him around.
That Panthers game.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, man, I think he's on the right fit, man. He's on the right track of where he need to be. And I see, like you said, like Blackberry said, man, he's showing promise because he do have a lot to show. Like let's get to these games where he's around somebody that's trash talking him. Let's see how the mental capacity. I like to see how people handle adversity.
Yeah,
like when you losing and you got to make a play, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When then you're not getting your calls how you want. I like to see the mental, like some people get mental breakdowns when they just start doing this boneheaded stuff. You get ejected, and I want to see how it looks when he's faced with adversity and have to make some decisions mentally, and then show up on the field.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I was watching that.
Blackberry. I thought I was let's see.
I was watching that press conference with Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith told him straight up. He was like, if they got emotional issues, and because it was mentioning, they asked him about the fighting and everything on the field during the games. He was like, look, so first of all, fighting on the field, that's that's a problem in itself. He said, but if you got a player on the roster that can't handle their emotions on the field, he said he don't need to be here.
Right.
Period.
Right.
So whatever mental training or whatever mental conditioning he gonna have to do, he gonna have to bring it. If you serious about being on the team, because they not playing.
Mm-hmm.
I've played with a few guys. I've played with a few guys who had phenomenal talent, but they was hotheads.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't get out their own head enough to be disciplined enough to know how to structure, how to carry themselves in a team environment.
Right.
Man, Blackberry, tell me about it, dog. I ain't even play no contact football. I played flag football. Do you know how that feels to be on a team of hotheads playing flag football?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then when I'm the one that didn't play no contact football. I wasn't no all region player. I wasn't no all state player. Hell, I was just in the band. But when you got some people that, man, I was top state. Hey, I was like, that don't mean nothing. We playing flag football now.
Yeah.
So now you just as good as everybody else out here. Sit your ass down.
Let's get to this next topic right here. So Isaiah Oliver, who was coming back from knee surgery, wants to get some action in the exhibition season.
Hey man, can you blame him? The dog, he was balling out before he got hurt last year. I was one of the ones that wanted to nail Isaiah Oliver to the cross because he kept getting beat. Like what year? That was 2020.
Yeah.
But he was getting beat. He was getting beat worse than damn. He was getting beat worse than D Barnes with Dr. Dre.
Yeah, but you remember he was out of position.
Yeah, well,
and that's what a lot of us did. That's what a lot of us. We had a gripe with his performance, but once Arthur Smith put him in the right position, you see what happened.
Yeah, and he was balling out. I just hate he had got hurt, man. But I think he I don't blame him. He hungry. He ready to get back to where he ready to pick up where he left off from.
Yeah.
So I say give him some rep, but still at the same time take precaution because we don't know how much he done healed up from that knee because that ACL is a serious thing.
Yeah.
Give him a few reps. You ain't got to keep him out there all day, all game. Just let him get some reps in. Take him out, let him know what's going on. Boom, get him ready for the next time, for the next game. And then season come, just turn him loose.
Me being somebody that knows about knee injuries, it's that mental. It's your mental of being timid on that leg.
Yeah.
And being worried about contact.
Yeah.
Right.
Because being too timid can get you hurt just as fast as being overly aggressive.
Right.
Yep. Because you take your focus off of your technique and the assignment, and that's when somebody sneaks you, or that's when you make the wrong step.
Yep. Same thing with ankle injuries.
Yeah. Yep, man.
I had plenty of them.
What you got, Blackberry?
Planting your feet is everything in football. Being able to plant your feet and go is everything in football. When you lose the ability to be able to plant your feet, you pretty much done lost the ability to play football.
Right.
And the best way, I suffer from 2 broke ankles and a few twisted ankles.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, it was when I was very young and I healed fast.
Yeah.
But these guys now, they're playing now, and a lot of people might say 24, 25, 26, that ain't old. It's not old. But you have to understand and realize these guys been playing football, most of them for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They've occurred other injuries before they made it to the second level, the college level. They've had injuries leading up to the NFL. Mm-hmm. We're only seeing them get hurt now. They've been getting hurt. So nicks and knacks, you know, my mama used to say, sticks and stones break your bones, but words will defamate you. Y'all know what that means?
Break it down for us.
Break it down, Reverend.
If you allow what somebody say to spread long enough, and people start believing what they say, it can hurt you.
Yeah.
Because now you got to defend it after the fact. If he's saying he wants to get out there now and play, he want to get some reps right now in the exhibition, what he's telling you is, I want to be able to trust this knee before the games that count start. I need to be able to trust what I'm doing.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And if they don't play them before then what we know reporters like to do to Atlanta Falcons players on this team, they like to spread bullshit.
Right. All the time.
Isaiah Oliver not ready. Isaiah Oliver still rehabbing. Isaiah Oliver not comfortable on his knee yet. Right. If they start saying stupid bullshit that's not true, and there hasn't been anything done to negate that, to defend that, people start believing it. It might get in the psyche of a player's head when the time do come for him to play. Mm-hmm. Am I really not ready yet?
Right.
Get him out there for a couple series. Let him get the speed of the game, the feel of the game back in him. Let him plant them feet in a real game situation.
Oh, yeah.
Let him get the mental. Let him get his mental right. That's really what it's for.
Yeah. It's almost like a live self-conscious self-evaluation. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, you can tell when players lose their confidence, that's the ball game. You might as well come off the field.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Because you just one bad judgment call away from getting hurt again. And this is just like Tev Sports and Gaming said, Isaiah was out of place, but they said Oliver practiced at safety but Oliver's brace comes off in the next couple games, so he'll be back to 100 physical, but he's going to be ready mentally. And I mean that's what you want, because remember, Io commanded that defense, man. Mm-hmm. He was a very key part. You definitely noticed when he wasn't on the field. It changed the dynamic of the defense. And having him back, that will bolster that's gonna bolster a lot. Now, can you imagine? Now just for to say kicks and giggles, imagine him being in that Detroit Lions game. Do you think that first drive would have went the way it went?
Nope.
I would say I can't really say, because it, like you said, it's about the mentality. So he would have came to show, because he might be tender. He might be putting his foot down gingerly, to a point that he don't want to do too much or move too fast. So
right. But I'm saying, let's just say in the scheme of things, having him on the field, do you think that drive would have gone the way it went?
No, they wouldn't have been moving down the field like that easy, man. No.
Blackberry, you saying kind of like what? 60-40?
50-50. I don't know. I mean, who knows? You know, who knows really?
I mean that's fair because, like I said, he's once you get the speed of the game, once he's confident in his knees' ability to hold up, that changes the game tremendously. Yeah. Because now he can focus on the assignment.
Just like you said, the confidence. He gains his confidence and his ability to perform.
Yeah, yes. Rest won't say the best. Yeah, excellent points. It's a mindset as much as physical. Yeah. Your mindset to me is what protects your physical. Because if you're confident in your body's ability to hold up, all you got is the assignment. Now you can focus on having the proper technique to where you don't put yourself in that position to hurt yourself anymore. Mm-hmm. You remember when we was at the Mercedes-Benz and I was talking about how wide receivers, especially, whenever you're going to run, your joints need to be in the direction of where you're going to shift. Mm-hmm. Because if you're running vertically and you want to go laterally, but your joints are still vertically, that's where you start tearing ligaments.
Mm. I wasn't there. I was jealous because I was 180 miles.
You remember that, Blackberry? We was talking about that. We standing on the sideline.
I was 180 miles away. I wouldn't know.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I don't think I was over there by y'all when y'all was talking about that. I don't think I was.
But I was telling them, I was like, you watch most of your receivers, you'd ever notice when somebody has a bad knee injury, mm-hmm. It's usually misplacement or the weight shifted over that joint in the wrong way. Yeah. And when you running vertically and you want to go lateral, you want to make a cut, your knees can't be going forward in the direction that you were going. It's got to be going in the direction that you're going to. Because you could get your foot could get caught and then it's a wrap.
Look at that foot here.
Mike said, Isaiah Oliver for president United States.
Avondale High School.
But I'm not even gonna comment on that. Go. You see what Red Swarm said about how the Lions were attacking the middle of the defense. That's how they was. Yeah. That's how they was eating. Yeah. But if he was there, it could have been a possibility that they wouldn't have been attacking as easily, I guess.
Well, Mike said it too, and we all knew. He said you can tell the loss of Debo was apparent.
Yeah,
because that's one side. Where they were attacking.
Yeah. They was attacking where we didn't have that coverage, where we would normally have better coverage.
Right.
They probably looked at the film and like, oh yeah, you remember when they had them two people out. So
right.
they attack.
That's right.
They sitting there sweeping the leg, man. They sitting there sweeping the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg.
Right. So that is why I said, he's gonna have to get reacclimated, but having that presence on the field lets the other team know, okay, we just can't run it up the gut like that.
I think what they'll do is they'll try him. But then once they get stopped, they're like, oh, okay, he back.
Right.
You know.
Right. But like I said before, it's all about evaluation. It's all about team evaluation. Because right now you see how the cuts are being made. The cuts are being made on players that aren't available and that really didn't shine in training camp. So, and like I said, they're going to make a lot more moves. So especially be very wary, because don't think they're not going to get another D lineman before the beginning of the season, because they're trying to fill up these holes. Because like I said, they're looking at these other teams are falling apart. In preseason or not. Because you got to think, how many of these players are going to actually bounce back before the first game? We only got 2 more preseason games to go.
Right.
I tell you what, if If Geronimo Allison would have dropped that second pass, that would have been his ass getting cut instead of Tyshawn James yesterday or today or whatever. That would have been Geronimo Allison. Okay, that would have been him.
Getting his plate.
Bruh, Fontenot would have walked him off the field. Fontenot would have, no, don't worry about your helmet. Put it down. Go. Give us your passes.
He would have been right back to Steve Harvey asking for marriage advice.
I'm done with you.
Yeah. I sent y'all the link just so y'all know.
Oh man.
All right, man. Let's get into this one right here.
Oh my God.
Marlon Davidson and Drake London not at practice today.
Is that the reason the Marlon Davidson? When did he get hurt?
I read they were doing a knee scope on.
Okay.
They're doing a knee scope on.
Okay.
We know about Marlon. We know Drake's situation. So,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's that Marlon Davidson came out of nowhere, I think, for me. Yeah. I know about Drake as a precaution.
Drake's situation, again, and just me. It may not be a popular opinion, so it is what it is. But Drake's situation is once again is chess, because a lot of the news and some of the content creators are talking about, well, the fact that the Falcons aren't giving us any insight into what's going on with Drake London means it's more than what it could be.
Wait a minute.
And everything, because the Falcons are not giving them detailed information on what part of his knee or what type of injury he sustained.
More than what it could be that we ain't telling you.
Right. Here's my take on it. It's like bait and switch. Y'all getting comfortable because that boy is the truth. Period. You seen he was the truth. That's why they tried to take him out the way he did. He's the truth. They know he's the truth. I told y'all back in off season, I said, watch very closely on Mariota and London. I said, because when they get on the field, whether it be preseason or regular season, they're going to target them so that they can perpetuate a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
They want to take him out so they can say, oh, he wasn't good to begin with.
Right.
Yeah, they want to.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why the Falcons ain't letting nobody know what's his injury, what's the state of his injury. Because had his knee been far worse than that, he wouldn't have been walking around like that.
Yeah, he popped right back up and just started running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We done all got hit in the thigh right above the knee before.
Big
and
boy,
had to walk it off.
Name.
Yeah, it ain't fun, but you walk it off. But the fact is, they're not going to put him out there unnecessarily.
Right.
They know what he can do. The league knows what he can do. They're going to put him out there when it's going to be beneficial for the Falcons. Now, I could be wrong or whatever, but what you guys take on that?
It's just a bang. When it come to Drake London, it's just a little bang on the knee. That's all it is. We done all had them. If it was more serious than that, they wouldn't have no choice but to report it.
Right.
They would have to report how the severity of it if it was more serious than what it is. So it's just a little bang. Ain't no use in, putting them out there and, risking it becoming more sore than what it has to be if you don't have to.
Right.
So, but as far as Marlon Davidson go, I figured it had to be something because he wasn't in Detroit.
Right.
And he had missed a practice. So I figured it was something going on. I really hope he gets healthy soon, fast, because I really want Marlon Davidson to flourish. I really want him to flourish. I think he got a lot of upside.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah,
so I hope it's not that serious. I hope it's something that he can overcome and miss no more than week 1 versus the Swamp people.
Right. Well, it's more or less. Oh, see, they're cut over there playing.
I'm telling you.
But like you said, we'll as far as that, we'll have to see everything. That's why I keep saying, if you notice.
All right, I'm back. I don't know what's going on.
You back in, Lock?
I'm back in, bro. I don't know what was going on.
Having some definite technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, but we're gonna get it all sorted out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Like the screen just froze. That's crazy. We back in here though, man. We back. See what's popping.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I see you have technical difficulties.
Yeah. See, it's all good. Look, hey, former friend over there trying to hack. He over there trying to hack Comcast and everybody else. Right.
Yeah, I had to step out for a minute. My cousin had to leave the studio for a minute. I'm the only one here. I got to hold down for it. So.
The show will go on. Former friend, I'm gonna need you to take your hands up off the internet.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm telling you,
playing them games.
No, we're not. No,
There's something going on, man. It's something going on in the metro Atlanta area. I don't know what it is.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm telling you. See, look, they're getting upset. They get upset because of Falcons. Wait, hold on, wait. Y'all got to get off my.
Right.
My internet is still good.
Right.
Wait. All see, right. Look. He got everybody else. Look at it. Delilah, like, yep. Yeah, he went out for me too.
Well, I'm not in Gwinnett yet.
See, nah, I'm in Fulton, man.
Yeah, I'm over on Fulton Industrial.
Yeah, sure.
Lord, y'all got that cool wax internet over there.
Oh my goodness. See, Tom, I got that. Tom, I got that red light special internet.
Red light special internet. That poison in. That travel lodge.
All right, well, look, let's go ahead and hit this next topic right here. Falcons ready for joint practices with the Jets to bring different elements of energy. Yeah, this is a good topic right here, man, because I heard, Jets trying to do a little, trying to beef up a little bit on their squad. But has anybody else heard the state of their quarterback right now?
He gonna be out for like 2 to 4 weeks.
Because I know he had that surgery and everything, but
surgery. I think
the ACL till then.
No, they said he had some kind of almost like scraping
So something like it was like a minor.
Yeah,
MCL.
it wasn't a complete tear.
Yeah, it wasn't a complete tear. He only gonna be out for like 2 to 4 weeks.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead, Blackberry.
As far as them bringing a different element of energy, I don't give a fuck.
It's the Jets we talking about here, man.
We don't give a fuck about their energy level, because ain't the whole idea is for your energy to be higher than theirs anyway?
Right.
Hey, you move a man against his will. That's what's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Our boy Locke got a song called "Match My Energy."
Yeah.
I heard that. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, if they can't match our energy, I don't give a fuck what kind of energy they bringing. Our energy gonna be higher than theirs.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole idea. Whoever got the most energy gonna win.
Yeah.
It's a contact sport.
Right.
It's friction.
Can you
it's
stop?
the laws of physics, people.
Yeah. I think Zach Wilson got hurt because he was too busy hitting them.
Give a fuck about their energy. I give a fuck.
First off, yeah. First off, you already know that Zach Wilson.
What about your mama friend?
Bruh, it's the thing is, and I'm going back to what I said before. Pick your poison. Who are you going to stop? Period. You got basketball receivers, you got basketball tight ends, you got basketball size running backs, and you got a basketball size quarterback that can run. Who are you trying to stop?
It's their energy, Juan. It's their energy. It's the energy they gonna bring. That's what we got to worry about.
The Jets need to bring that same energy that Zach Wilson had with his mama friend.
I'm gonna say this on that. At the end of the day, bro, we just trying to evaluate. We just trying to evaluate our team, bro, and we trying to see who gonna make the roster, man.
Right.
I don't think that worrying about the Jets' energy is something that we really focus on. We just see who's gonna show up and show out on our squad. Because the Jets ain't nobody, regardless of who they drafted, whatever. But at the end of the day, we're gonna evaluate more players to see who's gonna show up, like Bernie did at the end of the Detroit game. He secured his spot for the week. And he come off with another catch, he moves up, you know what I'm saying? So other people move down. That's just what it is. So I don't really energy. I think we're gonna be matching our own energy based off of what we did coming off that Detroit win, since normally on a preseason game we don't really win.
Let's just hope Zach Wilson mama friend ain't at the game.
I am not worried about Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
I'm not worried about Zach Wilson. I'm sorry.
And that's the person they projected us to the draft too when he was out there. They were like they was expecting us to draft him too.
Zach Wilson ain't an MF, he an MFF.
Let me tell you something. I don't pay attention to nothing that Mel Kiper say because his hairline looked like it got cut with a weed whacker. So that lets you know why I thought about that right there.
He got that bowl cut it out.
No, he got that. He got that flower bed haircut.
Saying Tate line need to take a physical man.
Nah, it's just basically what we're gonna see. What I believe we're gonna see in this second preseason game is just they're gonna switch up the players. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if we're gonna put more starters on the field. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping to see more starters. But
I'm thinking about the third game they're gonna see more of them.
Yeah, I heard they could put them in on the third game, but it's like Arthur Smith gonna move stuff around because they know who did what in his first game, and you saw how we did once we got the running game started. So I believe they're gonna go back to that, and they're gonna see if they've shored up the O-line.
Yeah,
that's one of the things, because guarantee the Jets are gonna try to run it up the middle because they saw the tape. from what Detroit did, because that's all Detroit. That's all they showed. All the media outlets showing them running it up the middle. So that's where they're going to put their focus.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, that's where they make their mistake.
It will be hard.
I mean, like you mentioned before, we don't have all our key pieces out there, but at the end of the day, we just want to, like I said, it's an evaluation, it's an exhibition. So we just want to see who's going to do what they're going to do. I'm like, even if they run it up the middle, it's not a telltale sign of what's going to happen during the actual season. I just want to see who's going to show up. But like, I would want us to do another hard fought win though. I want another hard fought win, like at the last, even if it comes at the last minute, because those grinded out games is going to be a testament of the season. So when we're dealing with that type of stuff, you won't get down in confidence when you're down, or tied, or you ain't got that much time. You know what I'm saying? So I like stuff like that.
Two areas I want to see improvement are the receivers catching the balls. No more drop balls. I want to see if they have they fixed that, because you took a total of 2 touchdowns off the board with all them drop passes, and 2, what improvements or what adjustments they made on their O line, so they not running through us like like toilet paper. Those are the 2 areas I want to see in this game. That energy, you can keep all of that. I ain't worried about all that. What you got, Blackberry? Because you look like
he pondering.
Yeah, pondering the good word.
Justin Schaefer asked on my shit list.
Oh,
number 75 out of Georgia. My dog. He my dog. I got his autograph, y'all. Monday. Got his autograph. Love him, but he on my shit list. Because I went back and watched some tape. He was getting his ass whooped on that line. Especially late in the game in that last drive. He was getting his ass handed to him. He on my shit list. He gonna have to step it up. He gonna have to really step it up in this game against the Jets. I don't want to see him giving up nothing. After his performance against the Lions, Justin Schaefer can't give up nothing. Okay, he can't let nobody get past him. He can't let nobody push him back. He got to be on his shit in this Jets game. He got to be on it. But some guys I'm going to be looking for to see if they take a step forward that I saw some bright spots out of is Brailford, number 49, outside linebacker.
Okay.
He showed us some good stuff. He was getting pressure.
Yeah, he had some instinct.
He was sound on his techniques. He was disciplined in his assignments. And also Quentin Bell, him as well. Saw some bright spots out of him. I want to see if he gonna take a step forward too. So I got my eyes on some players, but as far as in a cohesive unit, I'm like y'all. I'm looking at the offensive line in a whole. We was able to run the ball very well last week. I want to see if they can keep that momentum, if they can build on that and not take steps back. So that's what I'm looking for. But we gotta watch the energy that they bring. See, that's what y'all. See, Night Ride, you didn't get it. Okay, and Locke, you didn't get it, and Juan, you didn't get it. We missing the whole point is that their energy is going to be different. The Jets are going to have a totally different energy, and we got to be prepared for it.
I just got a breaking news. I just got a text message from one of my homegirls. She said that every friend of Zach Wilson's mama will be at the game, and they will have coolers full of high C juices, Capri Suns, Gatorade, and orange slices ready for Zach Wilson to get him back ready to get
Look. If we
and
talk about energy, I'll put it like this. If y'all want to see some energy, then all I want to see is the Falcons run the damn ball.
Run it out.
I want to see, I mean, Olsen he did his thing, but like Blackberry said, I want to see more people in the linebacker. That linebacking core,
They got to step up, man.
It was kind of getting faked out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Jumping at balls when somebody doing like a little pump fake or something, and you leaving your feet, and then they just running past you. 51. So it's like I want to see, like I said, the hard fought wins in that trench play. But I want to see who's going to step up after seeing, the cuts. It get kind of scary. So I want to see who's going to be like, shit, I have that mindset. I ain't getting cut this week.
Right,
That's what I really want to see. Who's going to step up and be like, I ain't getting cut this week. I'm going to make this team, So. Dang.
D. Coleman, I just got the answer to your question. Zach Wilson, mama friend, will have Vicks Vapor Rub available. So read it up. They will have Vicks Vapor Rub available.
And cocoa butter.
A lot of cocoa butter. Whole lot of that.
And if you ain't feeling too hot, she got a couple cups of Tussin for you.
Tussin?
Yeah.
And she keep that baby oil on the nightstand.
With the pink label, not the green.
He said, "Oh Lord."
And hold on, they said Pepto-Bismol just in case anybody get the bubble guts.
Pepto-Bismol give the bubble guts.
Man, coach in the building, y'all. Coach in the building, man.
What up, coach?
Coach is in the building,
Coach.
My God.
What we say down here? The coach.
Coach on Chenda.
All right, let's hit this topic right here. It says Falcons great Tommy Novus misses cut for Hall consideration. Former linebacker fails to make seniors committee final.
We all know what it's about. When he first came to lead, the Falcons were losing. People look at losing. That's all that's about, man. Because he didn't win. But the man was great, bro. The man was great. Give the man his flowers. Give the man his damn flowers.
I think he's just affiliated with us. Once you're affiliated with us, bro, you already they put you in the bottom of the barrel, bro.
Yeah, you got to think when Nobis first came in. What if I came in 66? From 66 to about 77, they didn't win. They didn't make the first. They didn't make that first playoff until 77.
Fulton County Falcons, man.
Or 76,
something like that.
They, people like Uncle Shay said, people like winners.
Yeah,
it's all like you said something very key. It's all about who we like.
Yeah,
it's all about who we like.
Bias.
You know what I'm saying? You know how many times they didn't skipped over a bunch of greats that came out of this this organization, but like you said, because they're not attached to Super Bowl,
bright lights.
Yeah, they're not attached to Super Bowl. Then it's you'll get in there when we feel bad enough for you to get in there.
It reminds me. You think about how they talk about Aaron Rodgers, bro. He won one, but they praise him. He's like the Michael Jordan of football. I'm like, what? What? He'd be threading the needle in there.
He only got one Super Bowl and one Super Bowl appearance.
And they paying him all this money to lose.
And last time I remember when he got the AFC Championship, he got his ass spanked.
Even the Falcons put a beat down on him.
Oh boy, we spanked that ass good.
That was a shame.
I remember that game. I was at Twin Peaks watching that game. We spanked that ass good.
He said, "Real good."
You know what they said? They called him the greatest regular season quarterback.
Exactly.
Ever.
Yeah.
You get that postseason, it's game over. What you got, Blackberry?
I just don't like how they keep making up this stupid ass reason for why they overlook our great Falcon players of the past, man, like Jesse Tugger and Novus. Well, they were big fish in a small pond. That's bullshit, man. How you perform should mean something. I don't care where it's at. It should mean something. The Atlanta Falcons are a National Football League team.
Professional team, exactly.
They're a professional team in the NFL. The players that come here and perform at a high level to where they should be recognized throughout the league and throughout history, it should mean something.
Right.
It should mean something. There's no reason for Jesse Tugger not to be in the Hall of Fame already.
Right.
There's no reason.
Talk about it, bro.
There's no reason. There's no reason for Novus to not make it into the Hall of Fame.
Man, how many Falcon players in the Hall of Fame? I can only think of 2.
Let's find out.
I know it's
Does Matt Bryant count?
It's Prime. I think Prime is one.
It's Prime and Claude Humphrey.
Yeah.
Do Matt Bryant count? Do y'all count Matt Bryant?
It's kind of hard because you remember he spent most of his career in Tampa.
They say we got 9 players in the Hall of Fame.
9.
Well, I'm talking about people that went in as a Falcon.
I mean,
I don't know.
Well, see, to me, and this is the conversation we was having earlier. It's the organization, because we're not we're not a drama-filled organization.
Yeah, they don't have the tradition of winning like a Pittsburgh or a Green Bay or a Dallas or a San Fran. Yeah.
We'll see what I mean by that is, let's just say hypothetically we the one that Super Bowl against the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
The first thing would have been said was, "Well, bet you can't do it again." They move the goalposts because we're not up in front. We don't got players doing goofy stuff all the time. Right. We ain't always as an organization under a scandal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Winning is winning, but for certain organizations, because the narrative has been put out there, sometimes it doesn't matter what you do as far as winning. It's always going to be the next thing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, and I'll give you an example. Yeah, the Aints got a Super Bowl, but how many times does that come up in a conversation other than, oh, we got one? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They'll move the goalposts as soon as you get to that pillar.
I hear that all the time. We got one, but y'all didn't get one. I said, y'all took us to see the destruction of the city, and then we probably felt sorry for y'all or something, bro.
Right.
Like, the thing is, with having that in mind, on their end, they're probably hearing the same thing, was y'all can't do it again. It's always about what's next, not what's now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why they don't give the Falcons their credit and their players their credit, because it's all about, like I said, what have you done for me lately? It's like, okay, what are you capable of doing next? And say, yeah, Ghost Pepper said, I guarantee if Novus played his entire career as a Steeler, he would be in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
This is the type of shit because it's because of the organization as a whole. It's you're basing the future of this organization off its beginnings, and you're not allowing the progression of the team.
Right.
Like I said, we used to win that Super Bowl. They would have been like, "Oh, y'all reason why y'all won because Brady had a bad game." It's about who we like, and as long as who we like carries the narrative, they're gonna always ish on everybody else when it comes to this organization.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't even know about the Hall of Fame. I didn't know they considered Brett Favre. You know, when they drafted him, they called him Favre. They didn't call him Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
Favre. Yeah, they didn't know how to say his name. So he's considered one of the players in our Hall of Fame.
But he went in as a Packer.
But he went in as a Packer. So Eric Dickinson. You know, it got Dolman. They got a few people I didn't even know. You know, I mean, but at the end of the day, bro.
Eric Dickinson played with the Falcons.
What? Yeah. Yeah, my guy.
There we go. Yeah, Ms Maggie Fontenot.
There go Maggie Fontenot.
Lady in the back running. The lady, the captain of the ship. She back there. Appreciate that, Ms Maggie.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, it's just one of those things where this is why it's so important to establish a culture and an identity, because now you get an opportunity to rewrite what the Falcons organization means to its fans.
Yeah.
And then that begins to, over time, combat what the media has been saying about us, so that these players and these greats get their just due.
They just deserve, right?
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be, they shouldn't be getting recognized when they're about to clock out. Or they've already passed, you know what I'm saying? They've already passed on, and now all of a sudden you want to get them, you want to put them in the Hall of Fame. Like, nah, they need to get their flowers while they're here.
Right.
That is something I did not know. I did not know Eric Dickinson played for the Falcons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, damn.
But yeah, to piggyback on what you just said, it's pretty much like I felt like the disrespect came to the forefront when Roddy White was talking about how they was being disrespectful to us. And it brought it out. Like, we was already getting disrespected, but it was like that season he was like, yeah, y'all gonna put some respect on it, you know, on our team, and he used to voice it. And then he showed up on games, but it was like games where I felt like they should have been playing with a chip on their shoulder. Like now,
yeah,
when you're getting looked at like you're gonna have 2-15 season,
yeah,
you got other teams that are bust. They bust. Like I remember, like I said, I remember when Detroit went 0-16.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right.
And when I talk to Saints fans, I said, you ain't never seen a Falcons fan with a sack over their head in a stadium.
Exactly.
No.
Never wear it. The 52nd and never wear it when we doing that. Never.
Now, Locke, I'm glad you brought that up.
February 32nd.
Glad you brought that up. Maybe a day ago, and I just heard it today, but I think it was aired probably yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at ESPN and everything. They were talking about how the Chicago Bears are now slated to be the worst team in the NFL. And I looked, and I was breaking my daughter home from school, and I was like, isn't that interesting? I was like, now they're the worst team in the NFL. But before we were dead last and everything based off of assumptions.
Pro Football.
Yeah, based off of assumptions. But it's funny how y'all quarterback that Justin Fields got ran into the ground in 2021. And y'all know they didn't have an O-line to protect him.
Right.
But the minute now mind you, that same year we went 7 games with an undersized wide receiving core with one running back and one tight end. Imagine that. But right now, because of the moves we made, because we didn't get who y'all liked, now we were the worst in the NFL. Now all of a sudden it's coming out that Chicago's the worst in the NFL.
Man, the only reason why we the worst in the NFL because we traded Matt Ryan.
Yeah. It's about who we like.
I couldn't even say that either, because they didn't start praising Matt Ryan until he came up off the team. Now he's like, oh my God, he's an MVP. And
see, I'm gonna give you the hypocrisy of it. Say instead of getting Ritter, we'd have got Malik Willis. Guess what would have happened? If we'd have got Malik Willis,
they love it.
Just you follow me. If we'd have got Malik Willis and we'd have had a game, preseason game, like Tennessee had, and we did not win,
we would have got destroyed.
Guess what they would have said?
Yep.
It wouldn't have been the fact that we picked Malik Willis. It would have been the fact that y'all put a great quarterback on a bad team with a bad O-line.
Right.
Now what they say with Ritter is, he's a okay quarterback, but he just ain't ready.
How?
Or Mariota, he can't stay healthy, or he ain't accurate, or Ritter's not accurate. So y'all switch it up based on the team. It ain't so much the player, it's the team.
It's the team. You just don't like the team, so you
you just don't like the team.
Yeah, if he throw the ball, his ball, like he throw the ball, his spiral ain't tight. You know, so it's probably bouncing off their hands. That's why they can't catch it, because he don't have any cohesiveness with the receivers, no chemistry. You know what I'm saying?
The O-line can't hold up. Because see, when it was Mike Vick, it was the Mike Vick experience.
We were still losing.
But guess what? We were entertained. We were popular.
It was fun losing.
We were popular. You had people in Japan with his jersey.
Right.
Yeah.
How many people?
They played a game in Japan that year, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. Now, how many people in Japan got Matt Ryan jersey? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Like
they criticized that man. They criticized that man to no end. Yet and still, he gave us 14 years of great football. From game one.
I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. They're trying to save themselves from looking stupid as hell.
Yeah.
From predicting that shit in the first place. They taking that small sample size of that first preseason game, and they think, oh, we might need to backtrack a little bit on the Falcons.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's save ourselves from looking stupid now before the season starts.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is.
And Blackberry, you make a very valid point. And here's my second part of that. Because look at all of the teams on our schedule that was in upheaval. Tampa Bay right now, they're scared because they don't know how they don't know what they're going to have come the first game.
Right.
Yeah, Ryan Jensen out. They already scared.
You're right. And they're worried about Brady. Cleveland is in an upheaval because why? Deshaun Watson got suspended for 11 games.
Yep.
And he ain't coming back to week 13.
Against the Texans.
Right. So that's in an upheaval. Carolina Panthers, they're still doing the tug of war between who?
Darnold and Crybaby.
Darnold and damn Crybaby Baker.
Right. Quarterback unrest.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you got the Bears. I've already said it.
Yeah, their offensive line terrible, dog.
Yeah, I've already said it. So then you got 49ers. Now they decided, okay, we're going to go with
Trey Lance.
And now we're going to see what he can do. But he's not experienced. He hasn't had a lot of reps under his belt. Why? Because y'all was wrestling with Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'm about to say, is Jimmy still over there?
He's still over there. He ain't got traded yet.
Yeah.
So that's
again, you get where the theme is going. So yeah, like Blackberry said, you got to backtrack because now we're not looking so bad. We're not looking so bad. You're looking at the Saints. Y'all not sure about Jameis Winston.
Craig. Oh no, they ain't sure about him.
Y'all ain't. I mean, are y'all sure about Alvin Kamara?
Yeah, they don't know what the hell they're gonna do with his suspension.
Thank you. So a third of the teams that were playing, look at Washington. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that each preseason game is a definite window into what their season's gonna be like, but as it stands right now, it's too much chaos going on around, and we basically sitting in the middle of it, constantly doing this, moving chess pieces, because every time we lose a player, we get a player. Every time we make a move, it's strategic. It's strategic on building depth. It's strategic on covering a hole that just opened up. You don't see them panicking?
Right.
Drake London went out for a little bit. Ain't nobody panic. It's about chess, not checkers. So now they got to double back. Because like Blackberry said, they don't want to look stupid.
They're going to look stupid anyway, though. Because
They're going to look stupid anyway. They can't save themselves. They can't save themselves. They're going to look stupid anyway.
The narrative that they threw up, too, now, since you mentioned about every team getting blown up, you look at the fact that they talked about, oh, look how hard their schedule is. Look how,
and that's based off of previous performances.
Yeah.
And that's what I said.
Now, you know what the narrative gonna be now? Because all the stuff that you mentioned, that's why they won.
Right.
It wasn't because of the team, it's because the other teams wasn't prepared already. Like that's on us.
This comment.
Go back to 2008 season. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember this, but Sports Illustrated predicted the Falcons in 2008 to go 1-15 that year.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know what the hell was going on and what the hell happened.
D. Coleman said exactly what you're talking about. He said the NFC is in disarray and no one's talking about it. You know why? Right. Because then that proves that your analysis of the team based on Madden
is irrelevant.
Based on Madden calculations
is irrelevant.
Is right. This we got this comment right here from Hobo Joe 58. He said the division could have been ours. We needed a solid DT to pair with Grady on our O-line. It's suspect. We said Drew Dahlman. Yeah, we have the QB that can scramble. Yeah, but see, here's the deal, and I'm glad I picked this. Okay, compared to what? You got two areas that are suspect, but you got to remember this O-line is still in development, and this is not going to translate into the regular season based off of one preseason game. That's why none of us are getting upset. Because remember, you can't control what somebody wants to do. If somebody don't want to play for the team, they just don't want to play for the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you got them fighting. You got Drew Dahlman and them fighting for the spot and whatnot. But who ain't fighting for a spot?
Everybody.
Because if you looking at it compared to the teams in the NFC South alone, we in a good spot. Because number one, we got two good quarterbacks that we ain't got to worry about. Whoever get on the field can play.
Look at this.
We ain't worried about who gonna be the quarterback.
Look at this too. Like even if we was to put Felipe back there, he would have more weapons to choose from along with his legs than he had last year.
Yep.
The line will be tested early and often. Of course, it's supposed to. But the thing is, you can't look at it. I mean, looking at it from a panic standpoint means that you're not looking at the moves being made. The moves have been made is so that we don't go down during the season, because that's what we remember. We had two big receivers go down and leave. One in the middle of a game, pretty much, or before a game.
Yeah, Ridley and Hooley.
Then you got to regroup. You didn't have no defense. You ain't had no offense. Special teams was
barely.
It was AJ Terrell.
Yeah.
And then you had Cool. So between AJ, Cool, Cordarrelle Patterson, and Pitts, and maybe OZ
and Ryan.
That was it. That was the team. Well, you got Grady Jarrett on the defense, but I'm saying as far as scoring, that was the team.
That's it.
We got way more weapons, and you saw the way they played. So I'm like this. We choose to see what we want to see. That's what I'm gonna call it. We choose to see what we want to see. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting worried about it. I'm just telling people like this: pay attention to the foolishness around you. Because I guarantee you, if the Falcons was in position of any one of these other teams, oh man, y'all gonna be -5 and 18. But they got us going 2-15 with this lineup.
Yeah, but for God's sake, that whole Arthur Smith got that image in that locker room. Show them player what the hell people think about him.
Oh, they already know. They talked about it. They already talked about it.
Yeah.
Cordarrelle Patterson said them like on a morning show. He was like, man, they got us going 2-15. He's like, that's what people thinking.
And they know. But what are their responses? Every player they've asked, they're like, man, we not worried about that. They're not worried about that. we coming up on getting close to the 2-hour mark and everything. We're gonna get into the Q&A session of it. If you guys got any questions, definitely drop them down in the comments and everything. Once again, we appreciate you guys for taking your time out of your evening to look us out. We got 71 eyes on us right now. Let's go ahead and get them likes up. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. That's how you can see us more. Get us into the YouTube algorithm.
Yes, sir. Yes,
but go ahead and get your questions in.
Definitely.
I got a comment. I'm jealous of y'all.
Hey man, hey, bro, I'm gonna show you something right quick. Should I show him?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Man. Jealous of y'all, man. Y'all had all that fun without me. Here I am in Albany, Georgia, having to go to work.
Bro, look, I'm telling you. When we got a chance to meet and talk with the Hammer, bro.
What that's what I'm most jealous about right now.
There you go.
Don't do that, Skip.
Yes, sir. On my custom Loch-Ness jersey, the Hammer himself signed it, bro.
Yes, sir.
I want to find out. I want to see if anybody can make a Valdosta State Jesse Tugger jersey.
Here we go, right here. He says, Wallace Smith says, do y'all think we should bring in defensive tackle Malcolm Brown? That's a good question. Wallace. We actually talked about it in the group, just a little bit and everything like that. And I know Mike did a video on it. To me, in my opinion, it wouldn't be a bad signing and everything, but it's going to come down to, as always, money. And I guess if he wants to come in and play, because from what I do know, he knows Terry Fontenot quite well. Terry was instrumental in helping him get on the I think he's on Jacksonville, if I'm not mistaken. And I would say stay tuned and just keep your eyes peeled, because with that kind of relationship, you never know. You never know. And hey, I mean, like I said, they're always looking for more defensive linemen and everything. They always got something up their sleeve. Remember that. And with the cuts being made to the other teams and everything, there are going to be more players available. So you gotta stay tuned. But it's a possibility. It would just, certain things would have to fall into place. I mean, like Blackberry, like what's your take on that?
Well, as far as do I think we should get them, I think we should get whoever that Arthur Smith and Dean Pease feel like don't fit into their schemes, if they feel like they need to plug somebody else in. Mm-hmm. But in actuality, I really think that what you got on this team now can suffice. You just you gotta bring them, you gotta mold them and bring them into their own, and just hope that it works out. But if it financially makes sense, hell, bring them in. Why not?
Yep. What you got, Locke?
I mean, I agree, bro. Like, it's all about scheme play. It's all about who's gonna fit the culture and the locker room change that they're trying to present, and who's gonna allow them to put the pieces together, like you said, like, chess. If it's a good move for the team and if it's gonna be beneficial, and you moving in a forward progress and transition, so that's always the move. Always.
Mm-hmm. What you got, Knight Rider?
Blackberry basically said everything I said. I ain't gotta say nothing.
That's it. What he said.
Blackberry spoke for everybody.
He spoke for everybody.
He spoke for everybody. If it fits, cool. I'm with it.
Right. I mean, it's trial by fire anyway. So.
Right. All right. Anybody, if you got any more questions, go ahead and put them in the comment section. We'll do our best to get to them before we start winding down the show. Let's see. I want to
Hold
make
on.
sure.
I just got another breaking news text. Zach Wilson's mama friend will also be bringing a case of beer to all the Jets veteran players who are old enough to drink. All right. There we go.
So if you got babies with mustaches, y'all count too.
I know, right? Jermaine. Oh boy.
Well, we don't have any more questions. We're gonna go ahead and get to the final thoughts before we close everything out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start with Blackberry, and then we're gonna go around. But Blackberry, what's your final thoughts, man?
As I bag my truck up into this space that I'm doing right now, and I think and I ponder to myself, man, I sure can't wait to see some more Falcon football.
Ooh. Better preach.
Yeah.
You know, fans, I done got so excited about this team off of just that small sample size we got last Friday. And I got excited because something looked a lot different, don't you think, about this team? From a coaching standpoint, don't something just feel different to you? Don't it feel like a winning culture is being established? Sure feels that way to me. If it don't feel that way to you, we don't give a damn.
Right.
And that's gonna be my mantra for the rest of the season with y'all wishy-washy ass fans.
Whoa.
Here we go, Coach.
Hold on, wait.
Coach
hit us with that $10.
$10.
Great show, fellas. I'll be back Sunday. Hey, man, appreciate it, Coach. Hey, man, look, make sure y'all go check out his channel, man. You know, Coach Unchained. Listen, he got some great stuff for you. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe his stuff. You know, he'll be on with us on Sunday with the regulators. But hey, man, it's a pleasure always, Coach. Man, appreciate it.
Man,
Appreciate you, Coach.
Let's go ahead. Finish what you saying, Blackberry.
But yeah, I was just talking about these wishy-washy ass fans that we got that they don't get excited about the team until they see the final results. You know, they ain't here when we going through the mud, you know.
Right.
You know, they ain't with us shooting in the gym, you know.
Right.
They here when they see the cake done already been baked, when the icing already covered and all the glimmer and the glamour already all over that cake and it's looking all nice and good.
So they at the parade.
They were never mixing that thing up, putting it in the oven, waiting on it to cook.
Yeah.
So, you know, for all y'all wishy-washy ass fans out there, if y'all ain't excited, won't give a damn. You can say what you want to say. You can make up all this bullshit you want to make up about the team and not having this, not having that. Other teams have. Y'all so worried about what other teams got that you won't focus on what your own team got.
Mm-hmm.
You won't go do the homework on what your team have. You just want to be salty as hell. I don't like salty ass people in my life. I got no salt in my diet.
Okay.
So that's the mantra for me for the rest of the season. If you ain't excited, we don't give a damn. But when we there, making noise, don't come talking to us because we don't give a damn.
All right, Blackberry, tell them where they can find you at, man.
Y'all can find me right there on Twitter. That's Blackberry Lyrics. That's Blackberry no C, just a K. Same thing on YouTube. On team. All right, what you got for him, Night Rider?
Hey, man, like Blackberry said, boy, it's something different about the team, man. Beanie Siegel said it. Wait, what that song Beanie Siegel had? I can feel it in the air. feel it in the air, boy. It's gonna be something completely different about the team. Y'all better pay attention. And everybody that I be paying attention to a lot of you wishy-washy ass fans too. I know who you is. I'm like Santa Claus when it comes to it. I know when you're sleeping, I know when you wake. I know when you supporting, I know when you talking your shit. Be right there to check it. Oh, hold up, wait a minute. Breaking news. Zach Wilson's mama friend will be bringing raisins in the potato salad. Stay away. And with that being said, y'all can find me on Twitter. Y'all can find me on IG at NightRider229. That is NYGHTRYDER229. There you have it. Right there. Find me on Snapchat at NightRiderFDU. All Y's, no I's, man. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna get back in the studio and do a little work. Love, peace, and chicken grease, man.
What you got for him, Lock?
Yo, it's Locking Sports here, man. One, I want to give a shout out to Blackberry for going ahead and shouting out my song, Match My Energy. It's audio talent, man. Check it out, all DPS. Streaming.
Yes, sir. Y'all go check that out.
Yeah. I did my thing in that one. More music coming. But hey, my final thoughts on it, man. Like I said, get excited about your team, man. Always get excited. Get excited about your team, man. That's how I feel, bro. Just get excited. And I'm glad like football came quick too, boy. It came up quick, bro. I wasn't even expecting it. But I'm like I said, after that Monday, just seeing how many people came out to that, that practice, it was just like, okay, we in here. So I mean, let's support our team, man. But like, hey, man, let's move them wishy-washy ass people to the side and get them up out of there. Let's get them up out of there. But like, hey, let's just be excited and support our team, man. We don't support our team when we win it. Like I know a lot of Braves fans all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But hey, you can follow me on Locking Sports on Twitter. I am the Lockness is on Twitter, man. I'm on Instagram as Locking Sports. I got a YouTube channel. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting that content up, putting that music up. Go ahead and represent that A-Town, man. Locking Sports, all with a Z. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. We out here.
And there it is.
And there you have it. First and foremost, hey, like I said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Like I said, great show. Great to hang out with my brothers once again. Shout out to Ms Maggie T. Always making sure everything happened, the AFN family. But my final take is, like I told you, it's pick your poison season. We making chess moves, not checkers. Stay tuned because Arthur Smith, Terry Fontenot, and Dean P's got something up their sleeves. And believe you me, we gonna surprise a lot of y'all. So if y'all not with the team, send your jerseys, your tickets, and all that to the nearest P.O. box, and we'll go ahead and handle it. And we won't miss you. Plain and simple.
Send it to me.
we real Falcons.
That's
we
right.
Down for the red, black, and white. That's it. So with that being said, you guys can catch me on Twitter, Instagram, and IG at Creative Vibes Massage. I am the Falcons therapist here to help you with your Falcons PTSD. Also, you guys stay tuned. I think Noah Tyndale got a show going on right now. Also, stay tuned for Friday Night Madness. I believe we'll check and see with Ms. Fondo to make sure that's going on. K-Style, Unholy Alliance. Want to make sure that you like, share, subscribe. And, hey, it's Falcons all day. You know what I'm saying? And we are home team. Home team.
Home team.
I'm telling you.
All right, look. Y'all have a good evening. We out of here.
Yes, sir.
Boom. We out of here.
Home team.
Boom.